Look at it. Just look at it. Rising from the golden sands, a silent mountain of stone against an endless sky. The Great Pyramid of Giza. For 45 centuries it has stood there, a riddle carved in limestone. And for most of that time, we thought we had the answer. We were told a story we all accepted, a story of slavery, of countless thousands, driven under the lash, dying under the crushing weight of stone to glorify a tyrant. It's a powerful story, a dramatic one. Beauty broken bar. What if it's not true? What if the greatest architectural marvel in human history was born from something else entirely? What if we've been telling the wrong story all along? Close your eyes for a moment, forget the modern world. Let's travel back, not to a Hollywood set of whips and chains, but to a different Egypt. The air is hot, thick with the dust of the desert and the fertile smell of the Nile. The sun is a blazing god. And there, on the Giza plateau, there is not silence, but sound. A symphony of human endeavor. The sound of chisels on stone. The rhythmic chant of coordinated labor. The creak of ropes and sledges. But listen closer. Do you hear the crack of a whip? Or do you hear something else? Do you hear a broken bar community? The old story, the one we're so familiar with, comes largely from one source, the Greek historian Herodotus. He visited Egypt centuries after the pyramids were built, and he heard a tale, a folk memory, and he wrote it down, and we clung to it. It fit a certain narrative, didn't it? That great things from the past must be built on the backs of the suffering. That human genius is born from oppression. But the stone's themes Elvis a broken bar. The stones tell a different story. In the shifting sands near the pyramids, archaeologists made a discovery that shattered the old narrative. They found not mass graves of slaves, but tombs. The tombs of the builders. And in these tombs, they found inscriptions, prayers to the gods for a blessed afterlife. They found the skeletons of the workers themselves, and the bones told a story of their own. These were not broken, malnourished souls. These were strong, well-fed people. Their bones showed signs of healed injuries that had been carefully treated, set by skilled hands. These people were cared for. They were valued. They were not slaves dragged from foreign lands. They were Egyptians, farmers, craftsmen, artisans. And they came from every corner of the country. Why? Why would a farmer leave his field, a craftsman his workshop, to haul multi-ton blocks of stone under the scorching sun? The answer is not found in fear. It is found in faith. Imagine you are one of them. You live in a world where the pharaoh is not just a king, he is a living god, a divine link between the people and the cosmos. His journey to the afterlife is not a private affair, it is the very guarantee of Ma to the cosmic order, the balance of the universe. His successful ascent ensures the Nile will flood, the sun will rise, the crops will grow. Your survival, the survival of your family, your entire civilization, is tied to his divine mission. So when the call goes out, it is not a sentence of doom. It is a sacred pilgrimage. It is an honor. You are not a slave. You are a participant in the greatest project your world will ever know. You are helping to build a machine for the heavens, a staircase for your God King to join the eternal stars. For a few months each year, when the Nile floods your fields and there is no farming to be done, you travel to the Great Plateau, and you work. But this work a broken bar, it is hard, yes, back-breakingly hard. But it is infused with meaning. You are paid not in whips, but in bread, beer, and fish. You are housed in proper barracks. You are part of a crew, and your crew has a name, like the Friends of Khufu or the Drunkards of Menkaure. Names found carved right there on the stones they placed. You take pride in your work, your skill. You are a vital cog in a celestial machine. Think of the precision. The Great Pyramid is aligned to the 4 cardinal points with an accuracy that would challenge modern engineers. Its base is almost a perfect square, with a margin of error smaller than the width of your hand. The stones fit together with gaps thinner than a credit card. This is not the work of a beaten, disinterested mob. This is the work of proud, skilled, and motivated artisans, engineers who understood mathematics we are only now beginning to comprehend, architects who could envision a structure that would defy time itself. This changes everything. It means the pyramids were not a monument to human suffering. They were a monument to human unity, to a shared belief so powerful it could coordinate the efforts of an entire nation for generations. It was a national project, a cultural obsession that bound every Egyptian, from the highest priest to the lowliest laborer, in a common, sacred purpose. So, why the cover-up? Why has the slave narrative persisted for so long? Perhaps because it's easier for us to believe. It's easier to attribute such an impossible achievement to brute force and tyranny than to something more profound, more challenging to our modern sensibilities. It lets us off the hook. If the pyramids were built by slaves under a whip, then we don't have to ask ourselves the difficult questions. We don't have to look at what we, as a society, are capable of when we are united by a common, sacred goal. The moral of this story, the truth whispered by these ancient stones, is not about pharaohs and slaves. It is about us. It is about the incredible, the impossible, the miraculous things human beings can achieve when we are united not by force, but by a shared vision. When we are driven not by fear, but by a sense of profound purpose. The pyramids stand as a silent challenge to our fragmented world. They ask us, what is our shared project? What is the vision that could unite us today? What could we build if we poured our collective knowledge, our skill, our passion, and our faith into a single, positive endeavor? We have more technology, more resources, more people than the ancient Egyptians ever dreamed of. What are we building that will stand for 4,000 years? The real cover-up wasn't a conspiracy hidden in a vault. It was a story we told ourselves to make the impossible seem manageable, to reduce a miracle of human spirit to a simple equation of oppression. But the truth is far more magnificent. The pyramids were built by free men and women who believed they were touching the face of God. They were built by people who looked at a block of stone and saw a piece of eternity. They were built by us at our very best, too organized, dedicated, and bound together by a story that was bigger than any single life. So the next time you see a picture of that majestic structure on the Giza plateau, see it not as a tomb of a tyrant, but as a testament to what humanity can do when we stop being mere individuals and become a people with a purpose. The stones did not rise because of a whip. They rose because of a whisper. A shared whisper of faith, of unity, of a collective dream reaching for the stars. And that a broken bar that is a truth more powerful, and more inspiring, than any fiction.